Hey notaries, Christian here with a new video, and in this video we've got to talk about the instructions for a notary public address change. Now I went ahead and I pulled this form up off of the Secretary of State's website. I'm going to go ahead and provide that link in the description box for the video, so just go ahead and click on it if you need to do an address change and fill out this form, and actually just follow the instructions on this form because all the instructions for the address change are in there as well. So it's actually really simple to do this. So we're going to go ahead and go over that now. So the instructions for a notary public address change, you got to type or print in ink. Read all instructions and information carefully. Only your signature should be written. All other information should be printed or typed. All questions must be answered completely. Yeah, so basically you got to print or type everything, and then you only sign your signature. I don't know how many people still write in cursive, but if you guys still write in cursive, don't do that. You have to print or type. Although cursive is beautiful, and I applaud everybody that knows how to write cursive. I know a lot of older people are concerned that the younger generation doesn't know cursive, but hey, I respect it. But yeah, anyways, that's besides the topic. Print or type on this form. So go ahead and enter your name exactly as it appears on your current commission. So for example, me on my current commission, it says C Mungia. So I'm not gonna go ahead and enter my name Christian Mungia the full way. It's just C Mungia. So that's the way I would write it in. And I know some of you have middle names and you didn't include those in the stamp. So if you didn't, make sure to just write your name how it is on the stamp and not how it is on your birth certificate. All right. So number 2 is self-explanatory, and number 3 is self-explanatory, and you'll see that right now in a second. Number 4, enter the name of your principal place of business. If you do not work for a business or do not have a business name, enter self-employed. This is a question that you guys bring up very often, but yeah, very simple. If you do not have a business or do not have a business name, enter self-employed. Your principal place of business, and this is the explanation for 5. So your principal place of business is where you perform 50% or more of your notary duties. Enter the address of your principal place of business. Do not enter a P.O. box number. If your principal place of business has no street and number address, enter the nearest intersection or street, highway, or road name or number, or a rural free delivery route and box number. All right, so number 6, enter the address where you receive your business mail if it's different from item 5. If the mailing address is a P.O. box, enter that address. Number 7, enter your home address. Do not enter a P.O. box number. If your home address has no street and number address, enter the nearest intersection or street, highway, or road name or number, or a rural free delivery route and box number. Enter your email address. That's optional. Enter your name exactly as you signed on your application and oath of office. So go ahead and sign exactly the way you do or you did, when you took your oath at the county recorders, because they have a copy of that and they're going to go ahead and compare that signature to this form. They just want to make sure that it is you sending this form in and it's not like some random person that's just trying to screw things up for you and say that you put that now you're doing business somewhere else, or now you have you have a new business address and you're actually not really there. So that's why you have to sign it exactly the way that you did when you took your oath. And they really do check these things. Like one time I did a notary that was actually going out of the country, and this was back I was probably 2 years into being commissioned, and the person that was sending these documents out of the country, they came back to me and they were like, hey, it looks like the Secretary of State did not allow your signature to be sent out of or this notarization wasn't valid. The Secretary of State did a analysis of your signature, and it's not the same one from the county recorders. Now my signature has been evolving. It's pretty much the same, but as years go by, it gets simpler and simpler and simpler. I don't know. I guess I need to pay more attention to my signature, but I had to confirm with the Secretary of State that time that, hey, that is me signing and sending this out of the country. But yeah, regardless, so you need to sign exactly as you did on your application and oath of office. So let's go ahead and continue. Mail completed form by certified mail to Secretary of State. Blah blah. This is the address where you would mail this completed form below down here. You would mail it here, and by certified mail, it doesn't necessarily have to be that mail where they sign for it, the little green paper, because that's a little old school. And I know to some of us, it's like, what? We could just print a label online with the tracking number. And exactly, you could do that. You could send it with the tracking number. What they want to do is just make sure that you have a receipt for it, that there's accountability that you did in fact send it. They don't want you to have an excuse. Basically, like if let's say they never receive your address change and you tell them, well, I sent it to you guys 3 months ago, so it's not my fault. And then they can't prove that you were lying or that you're saying the truth. So they have to have you send it by certified mail. So as you can see in this form here, you got to print exactly as shown on the commission. If you don't have a middle name in there, don't include it. For me, it would just be C, just the letter C, Mungia, because that's how it is on my commission. Commission number, expiration date, name of principal, place of business. So if you have like a name of a business, like let's say for example SB Postal is the name of your business, so you would go ahead and put that. And then the business address, it can't be a PO box, you will put that in here. Address where you receive your business mail, if it's different from your business address. So if you like receive your mail at your house and not your business address, then you would put that there. Now address where you live, put that in there, and then your email address, put it in there, and then sign as it appears on your oath, and then date, and that's pretty much it. And then you would just go ahead and mail it to them at this address here that they provided, certified mail or with the tracking number. As that's how I would do it. I would just go on USPS.com and print one. All right, so let's go here. So since we're talking about address change, I'm gonna go ahead and go over this section that we went over on in the class. But if you happen to study the workbook, you would find it on page 11, address change. And this is not the colorful, not the most it's not as kind to the eyes as the other version that we have on the website, but we'll go ahead and just read this one here, page 11 on the PDF workbook. You can find it on the website. So in this section here, it says that the California law requires a notary public to notify the California Secretary of State of address changes to ensure that the California Secretary of State and the members of the public are able to contact the notary public about notarial acts the notary public performed. Notaries public must notify the California Secretary of State by certified mail or any other means of physical delivery that provides a receipt. There you go. Within 30 days of changing their business or residence address. So that's what I'm talking about. It doesn't just have to be like that green little paper that you sign and you get mailed back. That's so old school. Yeah, you could just do a FedEx or a UPS or USPS with the tracking number. Willful failure to notify the California Secretary of State of a change of address is punishable as an infraction by a fine of up to $500. So there it is. If you send it to them and they don't get it and you sent it without the tracking number, they're going to try and get you for that infraction of $500 if it's past the 30 days. So that's why there's that rule, that way you can't say, hey, I sent it. Well, they're going to say, hey, man, but you didn't send it with the tracking number. I'm sorry, we got to hit you with this $500 infraction. And so let's go to address requirements. An applicant must provide both a business address and a residence address on the notary public application. The notary public applicant may provide a mailing address that is different from their business and resident address. So if you want to know more about what a business address and a resident address is, go ahead and go to page 12 on the workbook, or just go to this section on the colorful version of the workbook. And yeah, that's pretty much it. The address change procedure is right here. but we just went over that. This isn't the direct link. You'll find the direct link on the description box for this video. And that pretty much concludes this video on how to complete an address change for Notary Public. So again, just go ahead and go to the description box, click on that link, follow the rules on the form, and just mail it to them either by UPS, FedEx, or USPS with the tracking number. Or if you're more old school, you could do it by certified mail. That's really up to you. And that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Please, if you guys get a chance or you guys like to read, go ahead and check out Dystopian Volume 1. It's a novel that I wrote. It's an amazing novel. If you guys enjoy to read, you guys will enjoy it. It's only $4.99. You get the digital EPUB version or the digital PDF version, or you can get the paperback for $19.95. All right, guys, thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Thanks.